So I need to admit something. I really enjoyed Sonic Adventure 2. I know like a lot of people hated it and a lot of people think it wasn't really that good. After all these years, I realized that the only reason I loved Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Adventure was for the Chao Garden. I had a little cousin that my family would babysit her after school every day. We'd take turns playing GameCube games. Like we used to play the original Animal Crossing, and we would play Sonic Adventure 2, specifically the Chao Garden, because I remember she didn't actually play the main story. She only really played for the Chao Garden, which I thought was such a testament to like how good that system was. And in this video, I want to talk about that system because it was the only thing I loved about these Sonic Adventure games. Aside from the sick, cool, like roller coaster gameplay, I only played those games over and over again because of the Chao Garden, and I wish Sega would understand that. I had like a bunch of friends and a lot of cousins at the time that played this game. They were all as Chao crazy as I was. We used to trade them, battle them, breed them, and like flex on each other with our Chao. It was the perfect gameplay loop that had me coming back to the game again and again. So you raise Chao by collecting these things called Chaos Drives. In the lore of the game, they were basically batteries made out of fake Chaos Emeralds that would power the government mechs. So when you destroy an enemy in the game, it would drop one of 4 colors. And there was also animals you can find that were hidden in the levels that would give your Chao abilities and also make it easy to level up a certain stat. So like for example, birds would give you more fly power, gorillas would give you more power, and then seals would give you more swim power. And yeah, we used to collect thousands of these things and give them to our Chao. And to be honest, I cared more about raising Chao than playing through the game. I know I already said that, but I just need to reiterate. It was a really nice diversion from the story. In the levels, you'd find this like blue Chao box, and when you break it open, it gives you a Chao key. And then what that does is when you finish the level, it will take you straight to the Chao Garden where you can just kind of unload all the things you've collected from that level to the Chao, which would then let you go back to the main story mode after you've exited. It was like fun to like multitask and like raise your Chao and also play the game. Later on, I would learn of a glitch that made it possible to reuse the same item over and over again for infinity, and I used that to create a lot of cool builds of Chao, and like it made the game a lot more fun because you can just sit there and spend hours and hours just giving your Chao the same thing over and over again. I even got like a Chao like to level 99 in all their stats by doing this glitch in my Xbox version. Man, I had so much time on my hands back then. I had the Game Boy Advance link cable, so I used it to put a Chao into my Game Boy. It was called the Tiny Chao Garden. You could play mini games to get rings to buy rare gems from the shop, and I actually ended up buying the most rarest Chao, which was the Onyx Chao, which I have no idea how I did that because that's 20,000 rings. Oh my god, I don't even want to think about it because I didn't have the Sonic Advance game. I don't even know. I don't even want to look into what you had to do to get that, but I did it. I only ended up ever getting the Ruby, the Sapphire, and the Onyx. There's a bunch of other like gem Chao that you can get in the game, but like it was just so much grinding. Me and my cousins also found out how to get the Tails Chao from Phantasy Star Online for the GameCube. If you look it up, it's pretty complicated, but I remember we actually did that, and it's a memory we still talk about today. I still have my Tails Chao. Here it is. It makes no sense to me why Sega hasn't brought this system back in any capacity. I recall signing an online petition to force Sega to put the Chao Garden in the Sonic Unleashed game. The Chao Garden forced me to like appreciate the levels, so it would really work if they put them in a new game. I still don't know how to feel about the modern Sonic games, but that could be another video. Like imagine if the Sonic Frontiers had a Chao Garden. You can raise a Chao and like find items for it and bring it back to like the garden to like raise it. Like I don't understand why they didn't put it in Sonic and Free. I don't even understand why they put him in any game. That's what I'm trying to say here. Going off script here. Like why isn't this in any other future Sonic game? Like what are we doing here? Oh, pachinko. You're all about the pachinko now, Sega. Yeah, that's what we want. Sonic Crocs. It doesn't make sense why they didn't bring the system back in any capacity, even for like smartphones. Like they could have made like a Chao Garden app and have like microtransactions where like you buy the food and like there's a lot of things I'm not really like including in this recording. Obviously I'm trying to make I want to make like short videos, but like the breeding system was like really deep. I created a bunch of like cool looking Chao, and it's in the footage if you're watching. You can look online and find like millions of other people who feel the same way about the Chao Garden, and there's like a lot of PC mods out there. Even while I was like preparing for this video, I found like Chao Garden YouTube channels that have like thousands of subscribers. it's like there's a community out there for Chao, and the only acknowledgement Sega has ever given us in the past 3 years was this short animation on YouTube called Chao in Space. I remember at the time the reaction from like various YouTubers and content creators who make Chao content. Some of them actually like cried, and it's weird that like they would commission this cartoon and add all these deep little, like these subtle little things that like only people who like love the Chao Garden would understand. Like there's just been nothing from Sega about the Chao Garden. But hope is not lost. There is a game on the way. Though it's not from Sega, it looks promising. The game's called Poglings, and it was on Kickstarter. You missed it, but I didn't. I put 130 bucks down because that's where my money goes now. It looks to scratch that itch for people who miss this kind of game, and I'm very happy to part my money. Fun fact, I haven't spent any money on video games this year because I'm in debt, and this was the first thing I spent money on. And people are gonna be like, why didn't you buy Zelda? And I'm like, I don't know. I put 130 bucks on a game that might not come out or be good. But you know what? I love Chao that much. I don't know what to say. You know when you follow a rapper, you listen to their entire discography, and then like you realize that like they just kind of followed the trends. They kind of went from like what they did to like mumble rap, and then that's what like Sega's doing with like their Sonic character. They're just kind of going with the trends, and Sonic Frontiers just looks like Breath of the Wild Sonic, and I'm sure it's a good game, but like Sonic Adventure 2, like it wasn't afraid to be different and experiment with new systems. There's so many things I haven't mentioned in this video, like the learning system. You can bring them to classes and have them learn new abilities, and then like there's the racing and the whole battling aspect of the game. But from what I've learned, Poglings plans to bring back like all these feature and even add like adventure, platforming, and RPG elements on top of it. And I think they're even like doing like a Poglings Pokédex thing. So I'm really excited about this game, and I hope that it's gonna live up to the hype. Share your memories of the Chao Garden below. But for now, the Chao Garden is just a nostalgic memory from a time when I had a lot of time, because you had to be in the garden for the time to pass. And I used to like sit there and watch the Chao swim, because that's how much time I had back in the day. And now I'm an adult. Thanks for watching.